Hello students, once again we are back to continue our learning, continue our understanding of the topic about the topic development. So how are we to do or what are we to do in order to achieve this development? And so we studied about three sectors of economy and we found that more people are employed in the primary sector, but the income that they generate is very less. Though less people are working in tertiary sector, the income generated is much higher than the primary sector. And so we are talking about how to create more employment opportunities. We saw some places the job opportunities are there, but people are not able to do on their own. We saw the last class the example of Lakshmi. She has got a field and she is able to cultivate only once. If the government provides irrigation facility, or if government provides a loan to dig a well, she will be able to irrigate her field and able to cultivate 2 times in a year or 3 times in a year. So if she cultivates 3 times in a year, she will call more people to come and work in her field, and so those people will get work in her field. The same way, the government can provide a dam there, more people will be able to cultivate 3 times, and you can imagine the number of people will be working in the farm may be increased. Or people can do more things if the government help them to set up a mill there to process their grains or process their pulses to powder them and so on. Or government can create a cold storage there so that people who cultivate in excess, they can store the things there without getting damaged, and when the market price is high, they can take out the things and sell it in the market and they get more price. So that way, if the government take initiative, the government help the people, then lot of job opportunities can be created and the income of the people will increase. And today we shall see what can government do more in order to achieve or in order to create more employment. So we see in India more than 60% of the people belong to the age group between 5 to 29. So people who are between 5 years and 29 years, that's more than half of the population. 60% of the population is within this age. So but all these people, they are not going to the school. Only half of them, only 52%, that means little more than half of them go to the school for learning. So suppose they are in the school, children from class age 5 to 29, they are supposed to do their learning. They are supposed to do graduation, post graduation, PhD and so on. So till 29 they are supposed to be in the education institutions, do the research and do the other works, project works and so on, to get more knowledge and so on. But only half of them are in the school. The rest are employed as child laborers. Some of them are just roaming around. Some of them are working in the field because they don't want to go for studies. Or some of them are underemployed, simply sit at home and work in their own field. Some are employed in the factory, some are employed in the workshops and so on. So if government can make sure that people belonging to this age group 5 to 29, all of them can go to school, then the present facilities available in our country will not be enough. If all the people of this age, they decide we will go to school, we will go to college and study, then government will have to make new buildings in order to accommodate these students, because at present the buildings that are there is not enough for all the people of this age, because the Indian population is very high and therefore we have a lot of people are there, and if they all go, we need to make new school buildings. So if government decides to make new school building, then more people will be employed there. in order to make the building, and in order to make furnitures, desks and benches, more people will be employed there. And more importantly, more teachers will be appointed in the school. So more people will get job as a teachers, as other staffs, as other builders, as other furniture makers, carpenters, and so on. So more job opportunities can be created. So in this education area, if the government take initiative, experts say that we can create 20 lakhs more jobs in education sector. Remember, not one or two. 20 lakhs more jobs can be created because so much of educated people will be there. They will be appointed at different posts, at different levels in the schools, in the colleges, the other higher education centers, and so on. So that is a possible area where people can be employed and more people can get job. Then another thing that government can do to create job is improve the health infrastructure. Improve the health infrastructure. So if government decides to improve the health infrastructure in our country, then we need to make new hospitals, new dispensaries, and so on. At present what we have, it is simply inadequate. Only in the towns we will find there are many hospitals are there. But if you go to the villages or semi-urban areas, semi-rural areas, we find there are no dispensaries, no hospitals at all. Some small building may be there will be no doctor, no nurse, no medicine, nothing. And the people have to travel all the way to the town to get some treatment. By the time they reach the town, they will be collapsing or their sickness will become worse. So if government can set up hospitals, dispensaries, health centers everywhere in India, then the same as we said in the school cases, we have to build more hospitals, we need to make more beds. That way people will get employment. Then more people will be appointed as a staff. More doctors will be appointed, more nurses will be appointed, more attendants will be appointed. So more people will be appointed there in the health sector as well. So many people will get job opportunities. So these are some of the ways government can create government jobs, create employment opportunities in the education sector, in the health sector, and so on. At present what we have is completely inadequate. So government can take care, government can take little initiative so that all these things will be taken place there. Then every state or region has potential for increasing income and employment for the people of that area. So people are living in different parts of our country. Some places are very beautiful, it can grow like a tourist center. Some places have got very natural beauty, people may come for visiting and so on. So every place has got a possibility is there to increase the income of that area or employment of that area. Only that government need to take care. So can be tourism, we can develop tourism. For example, the place Ziro is very beautiful and so many people come to visit and to have touring here, to visit different areas, to see and enjoy the natural beauty. So many people come there. So if you develop the infrastructures, if the government take initiative and develop the infrastructures, more and more people will come. At present the road is so horrible that people are afraid to come, scared to travel because the road is so risky, it is so slushy, and if there is a rain then people will be caught up on the way. So such kind of situation we can't expect people to come. But if the government take initiative and provides a good road is very important for attracting the tourists. Or there should be air travel, air facility should be available. So if all these things, government has to take initiative then we can attract more tourists and it will provide employment opportunity for different people. It will be inviting or attracting more and more people to the place. Not only Ziro but everywhere. Everywhere there is natural beauty and government can create job opportunities there. Then it can be also craft industry. So every area people make their own crafts, their own maybe weaving or maybe making baskets or maybe showing other arts and so on. So we can create and develop all those things that will attract people and that will also provide job opportunities. And then it can be also new services like IT. So if the government is trying to improve the IT sector here, then more and more computer centers will be set up, more and more internet services, internet cafes can be set up, and more people will be employed there. So it is all depending on planning and thinking. It will not come by itself. We need to do proper planning, proper thinking, and we need to institute all those things. We need to execute all those things. So for that we need the help of the government. We need the direction from the government. We need the financial assistance from the government and so on. Then the same study by Planning Commission says if tourism as a sector is improved. So the Planning Commission has made the study and they say if you improve the tourism sector, what will happen? Every year we can get additional employment of more than 35 lakhs people. So that is a great opportunity. That's a great future awaiting. The government is improving the tourism sector in everywhere, in different parts of India. Then in India we can say every year 35 lakhs people will get job in this tourism department. So it is such a vast area. There's a lot of scope is there. Only that government need to put up proper infrastructures, develop the roads, develop the other means of transportation and so on. And more people will come and people will get employment. Not 1 or 2 lakhs but 35 lakhs of people every year. So it will be within few years a lot of people will be getting job. So if there is a job opportunity, then people will be interested in going for school. At present many are not going to school because they know there is no job opportunity. After studying also we have to simply sit at home or work in the field. So why to go for study? That kind of attitude is there because what they have seen is very disappointing. There is no job opportunity in our country. So if government take proper initiative to improve the tourism sector or other sectors, then lakhs of people can get job and that will encourage more and more people to go for education and to get more qualifications so that they will get better job, higher pay and so on. Then we must realize that all these things will not come at a stretch or within a short period because it requires a lot of funds and therefore the government may introduce slowly, not altogether developing. So the fund also requires and therefore slowly it may be improving. So for short term we need some quick measures and recognizing that. So when government realize that improving the tourism sector or improving the education sector or improving the health sector, all that will take long time in order to set up. So slowly they are moving ahead. So in order to improve the people's financial condition quickly, they started doing some short-term development plans. I hope you might have heard about a National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. So it was a government project started in 2005 that was started. The name was called National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. That means a person who has no work, who likes to work, he will be called to do any kind of work, maybe digging in the field or maybe cleaning the nala or maybe cleaning the public ponds, public water sources, cleaning the river and so on. So whatever work may be there, they will be called to do. So in a year they can get 100 days of work. So people who are sitting at home without any work, they can accept this offer from the government and then come and do this work. So government will pay them a salary, or government will pay them wages for 100 days. So that way the people who are really poor, they don't have any work, those who don't have any money, they can go for this government job and government work and they can get some money. That is called National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. That was started in 2005. And government will call them for work and make them to do some works. And if government is not able to find any work, then the government has to give them money even if they don't do the work, because it is a government mistake that government is not having any work to give them. So government will ask the people to register their name, those who want to do the work, and they are ready to do work, but then government say there is no work for you to do. So then it is not people's mistake, it is mistake of the government. Therefore people will get their wages. Even if they don't do the work, they will get their wages. That way people's wage or financial condition was improved a little bit. So it was a short-term project. So there was no much infrastructure required, no need any other additional expenses. Just make the people to do some work, clean the surroundings, do something useful for the public and pay them wages. That way people got wage, people got work for 100 days in a year. Then it was able to improve the financial situation of the people, to help them to come out of their struggle and so on. So that way we can say the financial condition of the people were really improved. So that kind of short-term programs government has to arrange in order to help the people, in order to help them to come out of their financial difficulties. And slowly, once they have some money in their hand, then they can do some development works in their own field. Maybe they can buy some pesticides, or they can buy some fertilizers, or they can buy some good seed and start cultivation. So their cultivation also will improve because they have some money in their hand. So this kind of short-term methods government must introduce, so that people will be able to get the benefit, and there will be more and more job opportunities for the people in our country. Then let's see some workouts are there. Why do you think that NREGA 2005 is referred to as right to work? So we said government introduced a short-term plan for inviting the people to come and work for 100 days in a year and get the wages. So we call it as a right to work, because every citizen in India, they have got the right to work and earn and live. They are ready to work, but there is no work. So it is the responsibility of the government to provide job for the people. So that is why government introduced this program, and we can say it is the right of the people to work. So we can see in the picture a lady sitting and doing the painting. So any works they will be given. So they cannot say I will do only this work. No, when the government calls them to do the work, they should be ready to do any work, whether maybe painting or cleaning or sweeping, washing, whatever it may be, they should be ready to do, and they will get the payment. Then imagine that you are a village head. So just remember, you are the chief of a village, head of a village, and in that capacity suggest some activities that you think should be taken up under this act that would also increase the income of the people. So this NRGA program scheme was given to the head of the village. Every village, the chief was given this much money. You call the people from your village to make them to work for 100 days and give them money. So it was a plan or vision of the village head how to make use of this people for 100 days. Some of them were very lazy and they said, you don't need to do the work, come and take the money and go. So that way no development work was done, but simply money was wasted. So it is depending on the head. So if you are a village head and the government is giving you this much money to distribute to the people who are working, so what kind of work will you give them? What kind of work will have in your plan, in your mind, in your head? If the people, 100 people come in your village, they are coming, we are ready to work for 100 days. So what are the works you want us to do? So what will you do? So we can imagine what are the most important works to be done in our village. Maybe cleaning the drain, the nalas, and maybe repairing the roads, or maybe cleaning the water sources. So it is depending on your own village situations. So you can think about, if you are a village chief, what will you do? Then how would income and employment increase if farmers are provided with irrigation and marketing facilities? And we already said, if the farmer has got a big land but able to cultivate only once because of lack of water. So if government is able to provide irrigation facility, then what will happen? People will be able to cultivate more times and they will hire more workers to come and work. If it is only one time cultivation, let's say he will call for 2 people. 2 people may work for 60 days or 50 days. And after that, if there is cultivation again because of the irrigation, then again he will call 2 more people. Then if there is third time cultivation, again he will call 2 more people. So like that, instead of 2 people getting job, 6 people will get job. So that way the cultivation also will increase and the employment opportunity also will increase. More people will work and they will get more employment, they will get more wages, and their family situation also will increase. That way the little work that government does, maybe the irrigation, maybe the other developments, then it can do great things. It can create a lot of job opportunities. Then in what ways can employment be increased in the urban areas? Suppose you want to increase the job opportunity or the employment opportunity in the urban area, what will you do? You already said government can develop educational institutions, hospital, healthcare, all that. So that way government can start more and more institutions, educational or health, whatever it may be, according to the need of the situation. Then people can join, people can get job there, and people can improve their financial situations. So these are some of the ways that government can take initiative in order to improve the financial situation of the people. So people on their own, they will not be able to manage it, but they need the guidance of the government, help, support of the government. If the government introduces all these programs, certainly people will cooperate and more opportunities will be there, and the financial situation of the people will certainly increase. So that way we end the different ideas or opportunities, exposing the opportunities which can create job opportunities or improve the financial conditions and so on. Hope our government will do something in order to improve the financial situation of millions of people in our country who has no job but who are qualified, who are educated and so on. So let's hope and pray for them. So thank you for listening. Have a nice day.